everybody. Fandom Flux podcast episode.
Yeah.
I was gonna actually go for it this time, but then I remembered, oh yeah, I never know what number it is. I did so well until that happened.
Which leaves me free to say hello, everybody, and welcome to the Fandom Flux podcast. Episode 246.
Thank you. Like, you could have just said that bit. That would have been fine. But okay. So, I'm Casey, the guy who's really good with numbers. And we have Zero, kind of, but he's playing Dark Souls.
I must get all the Titanite so that I can make my weapon very strong.
Yeah, that makes sense, actually. Yeah, it's Dark Souls. We have Slicer, who is playing Earth Defense Force or something.
Earth Defense Force 5.
Yeah.
And I stopped, and I paused it.
Yes, guilt trips work forever. And Patient is here.
Hello, everyone.
And Patient is actually here, and he's not playing video games or anything and distracting himself, which is nice. Thank you, Patient. And we don't have Kenshi because he found out today that he's apparently covering someone's shift at the last minute when it's a day shift when he usually works night shifts, which is, that's nice.
I feel like there should be other day shift people that are in place to take over. That feels insane to me.
Yeah.
Well, do bear in mind, we do still have Kenji here in spirit.
Hi, I'm Kenji618. Apparently, I don't need to be here.
Okay, that was a perfect soundbite. Well played. Well played.
In seriousness, though, Casey, do you want me to refrain from doing that in the future?
That's pretty hilarious, though.
It was pretty good, but the moments where it's gonna be sparse moments also, it was really good because it came across on the mic really well, which doesn't always happen.
That's fair.
So, who wants to go first for the Christmas singing and stuff? I'd say Merry Christmas, but that was fucking last week. Well, it was 2 days ago, technically. It's semantics. Christmas already happened, so who wants to go first?
I'll go first.
Sweet. Patient, takes away.
So Christmas was, well, for me, on Christmas Eve, I got off at noon, which means that I worked for basically 3 hours plus an hour and a half before we opened. So, and then I got paid for 4 more hours that day.
Yeah.
Holiday time?
Yep.
Yeah.
Nice.
Then I got paid to take Christmas off.
Yeah.
So, my family has a little tradition where every Christmas Eve we have French toast. So that was wonderful.
Oh,
That's nice.
could you remind me what French toast is? It has French in the name, so I must avoid it at all costs by default.
Stale bread dipped in butter and egg mixture, and then toasted in a skillet.
Oh, okay.
You can add cinnamon to that, and you don't need to use stale bread. That just changes the texture of your finished product.
I'll recommend that to my mother next time we make it. It's not a common dish that we make. We all love it, but we typically only have it 3 times a year. Less frequently now that my father is on a permanent gluten and dairy-free diet.
Celiac?
Muscle degradation.
There's gluten-free bread. The texture of it is a little different, so it takes some getting used to, but he still can have it.
Yeah, he's just not fond of those kind of substitutes. I mean, he'll have gluten-free bread, he just doesn't like settling for artificial stuff.
Yeah. I mean, there are gluten-free biscuit cookies, Americans, as well, that are actually pretty good. Like, yeah, my dad had celiac, that was why I thought it was that at first, and yeah, I may have started picking at some of his food because it was actually pretty decent.
Must
Yeah, and
eradicate all gluten.
I mean, it's only certain things. And I mean, we have this recipe for a gluten and dairy-free cake that we make, and every time that we make it, he typically eats half of it himself.
Mm.
It can be very good. Substituting things for cake is really not that big of a deal.
Yeah, it's 13 by 9 inch, but made it on Christmas, and I think it's all gone at this point.
Yeah. Christmas food is great.
Yes, it is. I was honestly on Christmas Day after my mother and grandmother got together and made a nice feast of roast beef, mashed potatoes and gravy, green beans with bacon, and rolls. I was honestly so stuffed that I just came up to my bed and laid down for the next couple of hours because I didn't have the energy to do anything else.
Yeah. It's a good time.
See,
Yeah.
what I had for Christmas was a family tradition of some good old Christmas lasagna.
Lasagna?
Yeah.
How
That's how the
random.
Italians do it.
You're Mexican, though.
I'm also Italian.
Okay.
I am a lot of things.
I mean, I do like lasagna. It's a delicious dish.
It's one of my staples.
Lasagna, meatballs, sausage.
I mean,
all made in our family recipe sauce.
Mm-hmm.
We had venison steaks, so that's not exactly Christmassy either, but it was damn good.
Well, I might beg to differ there. Deer are very Christmassy.
Yeah.
That's
the horns are a little small for what you would expect, but sure. Also, you probably wouldn't eat them.
Christmas Eve, I had ham.
Probably not, but
Don't you tell me what I will and won't eat.
If it lives, eat it.
Yeah, we had turkey. We basically had the same as what patient had, except it was turkey, and there was back bacon that was sort of laid across the top of the turkey and cooked on it for like 3 hours. And
Nice.
yum.
I'm so glad I didn't go into this podcast hungry. That would be torture.
It
Yeah.
really would. Yeah, we had that as a meal, and there was so much left over that I basically got a second plate of it to take home and microwave for another meal later in the day. It was pretty good.
You didn't even save it till later. You just ate it the same day.
Yeah, it was great. Oh, Yorkshire puddings and the pixie
Remind me,
blankets.
what is
and-
Yorkshire pudding again?
Yorkshire pudding is a pastry, basically crispy pastry around the. It's like a cup shape, and the ring around the top is crispy, and the bottom bit is soft and spongy. So basically, you pour gravy into it, and it absorbs into the spongy bit, and yeah, it's really good.
So I'm guessing it can be either sweet or savory, depending
It's
on what.
it's pretty much meant to be savory.
Fair enough.
But then again, Americans put like they're really big on fruit pies. So I don't know. You do what you do. You put sugar in everything. So it's fine.
Well, I don't know. I'm probably thinking of another dish that's equal parts possibly sweet and savory. I know exactly what I'm thinking of now. I'm thinking well, I know what it is. I just don't know the name of it off the top of my head. Well, anyway, while I try to think of that, Christmas was wonderful this year. Honestly, my mother got more presents than anyone, which she deserves 100%. She works so hard for everyone. The gifts I got her were sort of interesting. I frequent a magazine called What on Earth. It has a bunch of things in it, from cool and witty and weird to just, well, the name speaks for itself.
Hmm.
One of the things that I got her was a colander that had that was made in the shape of a hippo. Or, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, it had a hippo face, it had a tail, and the 4 legs that it stood on. My mother loves hippos.
That's really cool as a gift. I'm not gonna lie. That's a really good one.
Yeah. And, of course, you do know that song, I Want a Hippopotamus for Christmas.
I don't, actually. We are spared that one in England.
Well, we'll see if you decide to look it up now.
Nope.
I didn't think so.
Yeah, I have heard that one line and have decided, nope, I'm good.
Yeah. You know what? I don't blame you.
Alright. Now, what was it? I also got her... I overheard her talking to a couple of friends. It was... they were talking about Lord of the Rings stuff, and my mother's friend mentioned that they had seen a shirt somewhere that had Frodo, Sam, Pippin, and Merry on it, and the words Second Breakfast Club beneath it.
That's funny.
That's pretty good.
Yeah, my mother vocalized that she wanted that. I overheard, I Googled it, I got my father's advice on the size and color, and she was surprised on Christmas morning.
Well, that's real nice.
Yeah.
Also got her a $25 gift card to Bath and Body Works. She'll make use of that. Yeah. So 3 gifts that I gave her, and well, honestly, I'm not sure it feels like enough. I just feel like I should be doing more. But
That sounds like you got quite a bit.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's a lot.
Sorry.
Sorry?
As for me, I mean, I got gifts for the rest of my family, of course. Steam gift card for my sister. Super Mario Party for my... Recently got a Switch. And a nice pair of touchscreen gloves for my father.
Touchscreen gloves?
Yeah. Gloves that you can wear for insulation, and they can affect a touch.
Yeah, that's hit or miss with gloves for those, so.
Yeah. Just my father specifically said he wanted those, so that's what I got. As for me, presents I received, I got Super Mario Odyssey, so I'll be playing that sometime soon.
It's a pretty good game. I still need to finish it, God.
I'm somewhat dreading 100%ing that game, honestly.
It's you're a completionist, so you're probably going to, regardless of what I say, but it's not really a thing that you need to 100% and isn't designed that way. I think it's, what is it, like 750 of the 999 moons you need to get?
Actually, if you were going to try to do a completion run of, like, that's just a lot, but if you want to just beat the game, I think somebody has beaten it with like 120.
Well, yeah, I mean, but like getting to all the extra content, like Dark Side of the Moon and all that stuff, was like 750, right?
Yeah, I think it was like, yeah, either that or 500. I think it might have been 500. I'm not sure.
I don't think you get anything for completioning it.
When you get 999 moons, your balloon turns golden for the ship, and also something happens in a spoilery area that I don't want to talk about.
Okay, forget I said anything. Okay, there are things for completion. I didn't know any of that was true, so forget everything I said.
Are you basically saying this? No, that's not what I was trying to post.
I'm not saying that, but thank you for bringing that up.
I didn't catch that. So, oh well.
That's what I was trying to post.
And your reward is closed. No. No, that's not it at all, actually. But it's a very nice kind of little thing, but it's nothing major, you know. But I still did it because I just wanted more excuses to play that game.
It is a really good game, and it feels rewarding to do all of the completionist stuff, even if you don't actually need to do it. So, yeah.
I just like refining how I can jump around and move in that game. It just feels so nice.
I'm still bad at it, but you know, it's a Mario game. I don't have the chops.
I wish I was better at platforming, because I will never be able to play that game.
Platforming is like my thing. I just love platforming games.
I'm good at platforming. I'm not good at Mario platforming, because that's a specific thing they built over a long time, and I did not get in on the ground floor of that shit.
Well, that's okay. That's why they have different modes for children.
Okay, Zero's getting kicked from the call. Fuck you, Zero.
So, aside from that, most of my presents were some form or another of candy. I haven't gotten through all of it yet. Not even close, which is good, honestly. Aside from that, a couple of jigsaw puzzles. I love jigsaw puzzles. One depicting a scene from Snow White and the other from Cinderella.
Oh.
I'm fond of the classic Disney movies. A few gift cards for Texas Roadhouse, a nice restaurant that's near here, obviously.
Yeah, I like Texas Roadhouse.
It is a good place. Very good.
They give you the peanuts there.
Yep.
It is the fastest way to spend a shitload of money, though.
So what I always do with my family is when we go there, we each grab like a handful of peanuts and just like shove it in our pockets, and then once we leave the building, we just start throwing at each other and having a little war.
That is awful.
Yeah, kind of. I hate everything about that anecdote. I'm not gonna lie.
I like hitting people with peanuts.
At least you're not like throwing it at homeless people or something. Like,
I guess.
that would be pretty repulsive. At least it's just each other.
Yeah.
Okay, that's going back to the argument that we had about microtransactions. Just because it's not awful, we can accept the bad? No.
I don't know what you're talking about. It's not bad at all. It's fun.
Yeah, okay, Zero doesn't get to talk. The patient, what were you talking about? Gift card to Texas Roadhouse, and then...
Yeah. A few more gift cards for Dairy Queen. I love their desserts, of course. And a $150 Visa card. So,
Ooh.
yeah.
Oh, one of those, like, I don't know what the term is, but like a...
Prepaid?
Yeah.
Yeah, basically. I'm still blown away by the generosity, honestly. They didn't have to do all this for me, considering that they also bought me a phone and a Switch. It's too much, quite frankly. I mean, the Switch is for both of my siblings as well, but still.
Yeah, you get the same thing I do, guilt of people being generous and stuff.
And
That's
I
how you get
inspire
stuff.
that in others
They give
myself,
stuff.
and yet I still get it.
I delight in inflicting that on other people.
Okay.
What?
That's an interesting moral thing there, Slicer, is you feel
Yeah,
good
it's-
about the
it's-
pain you're causing by being good to people. It's weird.
Yeah. It's a
It's an-
selfish way to look at a selfless act, I know.
It's an odd kind of sadism, but okay.
Alright, was there... I mean... Is this link not more compact? Apparently not. Well... One of those. I I actually bought this for myself. I put another one in my brother and sister's stockings.
This is a fidget pen.
Yeah.
Oh, that's pretty good.
I don't know how that works, but it seems interesting.
It's a pen you can fiddle with. Well, like, usually if you have a pen and you tend to fiddle with things, you're going to fiddle with a pen regardless, but that just gives you other stuff to do rather than just clicking it over and over and over and over and over and over again.
That would actually be really good for me.
Yeah. Because I fucking do that a lot. I'm told it's really annoying. Also, the tapping, because drumming, and that's just a thing that it's... You play the drums, you start tapping things constantly, and it's really annoying for people. So, other things to do would be good.
My parents got me a fidget cube when they were in... So I've loved the fidget things ever since. And, yeah, it's quite the useful device. And I like how it's multi-purpose as well. I like versatile things.
Yeah.
And aside from that, there was also an electric shaver, so that's nice.
Oh, nice.
Yeah. Very nice one. I'm not fond of facial hair, so I do quite appreciate it. On me, I should say. I don't mind facial hair on others, but I don't like facial hair, is what I should have said.
Yeah, it's kind of a pain in the ass.
Mm-hmm.
It is.
Ingrown hairs are the bane of my existence.
Oh, yeah, there was one other thing that they got. I really love this. It's so simple. It's just a little picture frame with a message that says, "A writer is a world trapped in a person."
Huh.
Oh, that's very
pretty cool.
poetic.
Yeah. It's a quote from someone. I have the frame over there, but I can't see who it's from. But yeah, my mother got me that. Sort of similar to the shirt she got me a couple of months ago that said, "I'm perfectly normal for a writer." I have worn that shirt at every opportunity since.
Fair enough.
Yeah. I really... So, yeah, that was Christmas for me. Just overall fantastic. And now I'm dreading the day after Christmas stuff away.
Oh, the day you have to put the Christmas... You were breaking up a little bit. The day you have to put the Christmas stuff away.
Yes, it's always a melancholy experience. I love taking it out. I never like putting it back.
What's your tradition for when you put it away?
Typically after the New Year, not
Yeah.
long after. So, got a few more days.
Yeah, I think ours when I was living with my parents and we actually did the Christmas decorations. I tend not to, because it's just me and I'm a grump. It was usually the first weekend of January, I think. Yeah.
Alright, well, aside from that, work, same old, very much hoping that I can find something somewhere else soon. Next, we have writing. I actually got a spark of inspiration subconsciously. Came from a line that I heard in a dream and inspired by plastic memories, honestly. It's a short original work that I'm planning on writing at some point. I'm pretty determined to do this one myself. I'll be sharing. So I'm hoping that it turns out well. Did I break up there?
No, you
No,
didn't.
you're fine.
Okay. The next chapter of this Bites is almost done. We should have it done by the end of the year. So, hopefully.
Oh, I'm gonna mention something someone pointed out in the Discord. Someone talked about This Bites on one of Pat from the Super Best Friends streams.
Who?
Oh, cool.
What?
Yeah. Somebody brought that up, and
Do you happen
don't-
to know offhand which stream?
Nope.
I mean, I haven't really kept up with those guys, unfortunately, recently because of life stuff. But
well-
I assume he played a One Piece game, maybe.
Byfresh said yesterday at 5:56 a.m. my time. Holy shit! Someone just told Pat about this bites on his stream.
Pat who?
I don't know his full name. I just know him as Pat from the Super Best Friends. Angriest Pat is what.
His last name is Boyven, but his YouTube handle is Pat Stares at, or Pat Angrily Stares at, or something like that.
Pat stares at.
That's his
It's or angriest Pat for his Twitch.
Yeah. So apparently you got a shout out on there, which is pretty cool, because
Yeah.
he's kind of a moderately big deal, I guess.
I'll have to look into that then. Thank you very much.
If it was the Super Best Friends, I'd say it was a big deal. They're a big deal. Pat on his own is a step down from that, but still.
Yeah, time will tell if their Castle Super Beast channel takes off. Him and Pat. I mean, Pat and Willie, but I'm rooting for it.
Yeah. Anyway, sorry, I interrupted with that. I just
No
thought you'd like
worries.
to know.
Another thing, I'll go ahead and post this here. I've had a plot bunny bouncing around in my mind for a Ratatouille fanfiction. Have you seen that film?
Yeah.
I have actually.
Yeah, I've just had this idea in my. Well, I'm still struggling to figure out how to make it work. That's there it is.
Huh. Okay. I don't get the context because I haven't watched the film, so I don't.
That's fair. Well, aside might ask the ones who have seen it in a bit later.
This might be interesting actually.
Hmm.
Yeah, I'd like to see how you would do that.
So would I. Still need to come up with the idea on how to make it work. But we'll see where it goes. My other written works are doing well, though of course still in the planning stages. Let's hope that I can figure out so. And lastly, to speak of video game wise, I've been playing Smash. I've unlocked a lot of characters. I'm not sure how many more I have to go. I don't want to say I've almost completed one map at this point. I still have to, I think. I do like the mechanics, the game mechanics of summoning spirits, but I sort of wish that they had left in at least a few details about the spirits beyond what game they came from. I mean, on the one hand, leaving out the description allows them to fit in anymore, but on the other hand...
There's like 3,000 spirits in the game.
Uh,
Just a single sentence is an additional 3,000 sentences you have to include.
Yeah, I get that, but he's right. It would.
I know,
It would
I know he's right, but it's like it's a case where like I would really like this raw.
They did do a massive amount of work for this game. We really should just be satisfied with what we've got. They're still adding more to it, even, but
Yeah.
I suppose it's the inspiration for us to just look more into the details if we want to know. Yeah.
Because like
You really benefit so much from knowing what the spirits are, though, because they really act like those characters, and it's crazy in the amount of effort they put in. It feels like you're missing something. You're missing that effort. It's being taken for granted without meaning to.
Yeah, and that's just unfortunately like they prioritize everyone is here, so we're going to try to include every single person, but we can't do trophies because that would be an additional 3,000 character models alongside a bunch of flavor text. So they went with the more using the concept art type thing because that would, I would presume, take up less space on the cartridge. But at the same time, you know, what are you gonna do?
I mean, I'm not sure how much the flavor text would be a problem. I mean, you hire a couple of writers and they're working on it for the whole development cycle. There wasn't much actual writing in that game. So
you would get about a paragraph per character. So that would be like 3,000 paragraphs, which is a considerable amount of effort, and takes away from other areas of possible development. So,
not really, but okay.
That would be hiring writers that would just do that. So, I mean, yeah, you'd be hiring another person, so I guess it's resources in that aspect, but I don't know.
I don't know. Maybe it's just a priority thing, I guess. Makes sense.
Well, in any case, they might have assumed, and if they did so correctly, I bet anything, that there are some fans fanatic enough just going to put together compendiums of all the spirits along with the descriptions.
Oh, yeah. Yep.
I wouldn't be surprised if that's a thing already.
Yeah, probably.
Yeah. Probably it's a thing 3 or 4 times over at least.
Since we're talking about it, I was going to bring it up in my week. Did anyone else have trouble with Gigamac? Because fuck that guy.
I was able to do it, I think.
I mean, I haven't explored much of the game outside of Spirit Mode yet.
Oh, yeah, it's in the World of Light. It's like one of the last fights before the final boss. You fight giant double-speed Little Mac with the spirit of Gigamac, and he is flinchless.
Mm.
And it's a stamina battle.
That's when you bring out the good old Ganondorf.
Yeah, that doesn't work. You can't make him flinch.
I know.
Doesn't matter how hard you.
Or somebody like Fox, for example, and just kind of laser and keep away.
So that whole thing about them making the wiki of all the spirits, they're working on it. It's not there yet, but they're working on it.
Cool.
Well, I guess the fans aren't quite that fanatic after all.
At the very least, there is this page, and some of those have pages of their own.
I mean, it was released, like 2 weeks ago or something? It was not released that long ago.
Yeah.
And it's the Christmas season, so I'm not really surprised that it's not that far along, but...
Yeah, that's quite fair. I'm just glad that one of my preferred games, a rather obscure title, is getting some attention. Baten Kaitos Origins. I've seen at least 2 spirits in the game so far.
Is that the one that was had famously bad voice acting? I feel like that was the thing that was in the really original game of that. They dubbed it really poorly.
I don't think so. I mean, I don't think that the voice acting needs work. If anything, the graphics need work, and considering it was on the GameCube, I think that they did pretty well with what they had.
I might be thinking of another game. I don't know. It's not one I played myself. Anyway, anything else, Patient?
Well, I'd like to say that I have a recommendation this week, but I don't.
Sad face.
Just, we have a higher standard of quality here. The most I can say is that Luffy's Renewed Adventure updated on Christmas, and yeah, no.
I was hoping you would be able to say something nice about it, and I would maybe be able to check. No, I would. I still probably wouldn't have checked it out even if you had said something nice.
It was a rather lemony chapter.
Oh right, yeah.
Yeah, so you wouldn't expect me to say something
Yeah,
nice.
that's fair.
I suppose that's fair.
Yeah. So yeah, I'll keep my eyes peeled for any more good fics that I can come across. Obviously, One Piece will be my preference, but that's all I've got for now.
Okay. Slicer.
Skipped over.
Let's see.
What
Get
do you
back to
mean
my page,
skipped
because my
over?
virus again.
Sorry, what were you saying, Slicer?
Are you going by the list of people in your own Discord? Because I think it's different for everyone. But sure.
Yeah, that's
Christmas
alphabetical over there, by the way. I don't know. Anyway, Slicer, I keep interrupting you. I'm sorry.
You're good. I had Christmas off this year.
I'm sure it's
I had
really
Monday
annoying,
and Tuesday
so
off.
I'll probably have to stop doing that. I'm sorry. Doing it for a joke that time.
Yeah.
You have Christmas off, that's what you're saying.
Yeah. Yeah, Monday and Tuesday off for holiday time. Then I requested Wednesday off for vacation time, and then I got Thursday and Friday as my regular days off. So I'm still in my nice little 5-day vacation here, which is nice. That's gone well. I'm in a new relationship. Started last month. Still going strong, which is nice.
Nice.
She spent some time over here on Christmas,
Yeah.
so that was great. Family really likes her, so which she has the same sense of humor that my family does, which is to say fucked up. So she fit right in.
Okay.
Let's see. I got Smash as well. I spent a lot of time playing that. I pretty much instantly completed World of Light. I jumped right into that.
Mm-hmm.
It was all right, honestly. It was there. You could see all the effort, but yeah.
With World of Light, I feel like it's been best to just take it in small chunks, and not just try to binge through it and then
it gets dull and kind of frustrating if you just try and binge it.
Yeah, so I did
that's
that.
The thing. I pretty quickly found out how to work the spirits to my advantage, and then it was every match lasted 20 seconds. It wasn't boring by any means. It was just a little routine, a little monotonous, and I played it more to discover the new things than I did to play the battles.
I was just I kept changing my spirit setup, and I basically was using it to practice my characters, so I could get like some of the nuances of their and changes to their movesets in. But
that makes sense. No, I made 4 team presets, one for each type of spirit, and then I would change it up as needed for the stages. My go-to was always one that increased my item usage, the power of my equipped weapons, one that gave me a beam sword, and then one that gave me 10% critical chance or something like that. And that got me through everything.
Alternatively, the super slow armor with a heavy hitter.
I can definitely see that working.
You don't move; they move.
Yeah, I can see that. I can see that working very well. I will say I wasn't really a fan of the stages that forced you to have a certain spirit configuration. Like some of the earlier ones that the stage would be on fire. There would be safe zones, but later in the world, there wouldn't. Everything would be on fire.
Yeah.
Well, by that time you would have had the fire resistance, but yeah.
You do, but at that point I had to give up my beam sword, and I didn't want to.
Oh, now I have to play the game.
Oh, yeah, exactly. I have to play the game. Ugh. But I gotta go. I played it in the first week that it was on, or that the game was out, so I couldn't look up any of the problems I had. I don't even know what that is.
It's the Hippo
Colander.
Okay. Okay, then.
That's pretty fucking good.
That's pretty great. Well done. So I couldn't... fighting Gigamac was a bitch and a half, because nobody had any idea how to beat him at the time.
You can go around him, right?
You can go around him, but I didn't want to. Because fuck that. So, So I just bashed my head against that particular wall for 3 hours until I beat it.
Is
But
Gigamac the one where he's big and he also hits really hard?
Yes.
Yes.
And his hair goes
he's-
wild.
He's giant, double speed, flinchless, and it's a stamina battle.
Okay, I don't remember. I feel like I
That's
fought
why-
that and didn't have much of a problem with it, but that
If you
might
get
just be me.
the metal face trophy, you can become giant and metal at the same time.
Yeah. Eventually, I discovered one of the spirits gives you like giant killer. One of them, I made an interesting configuration and used Cloud and managed to beat him when I had like 4% left.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I was having similar trouble with the Dr. Wily one.
That was
Checking.
rough. Yeah.
Now, that one was rough for me until I got the idea to start using Lucas.
Yeah, I just used Zelda and I just reflected all their attacks.
Yeah, I used Fox and kept my distance. Like you were
For me.
saying earlier about chipping him down with the laser, that's what I did.
Mm.
What I did, just PSI magnets, draw in all of the laser attacks, and suddenly you keep going back up to full health while they don't.
Can I also
Oh.
just talk about the fact that DDD can swallow projectiles and shoot them out?
I feel like that would be useful to know. I cannot stand DDD. If there were a character in the game that would be worst character for me, it's DDD.
I love playing DDD.
So do I. I mean, I just love being able to hit things with a giant hand.
I just like his like neutral B is so powerful now. It's like, oh
I would-
hey, you're gonna do that cloud little laser thing, I'm gonna shoot right back at you.
I would love it if he wasn't so slow. I default to tilt attacks when I play.
He's
and
all about reading,
yeah.
so it can be difficult.
So that was pretty much my Smash experience. Whenever there was a new challenger, I didn't have any difficulties with any of the new challengers. Apparently that's not normal.
Some of them beat me, but it was mostly because I wasn't playing a character I was actually good at the time.
Oh, yeah, fair enough. I was playing either Marth or Link the whole time, so those are my go-tos.
It's like, oh hey, I was just going through classic mode with this character that I don't usually use because trying to learn how to use them, and then boom, done.
I've moved on to doing classic mode now, and I've just gone throughout the roster one at a time, and I'm about 2/3 of the way through it. Apparently I've been told that my playstyle will be really well with the Castlevania guys, so I'm really looking forward to them.
Like I've unlocked all the characters at this point, and I've beaten World of Light, and I will say that classic mode is really good. World of Light gets a little bit stale in the middle, but that's why I said take it in small chunks. But the end of World of Light more than justifies a lot of the crap you have to deal with because it's so great.
Oh, it's good. Every time you unlock a new area in World of Light, it's fantastic, and that's what I was playing for.
No spoilers, please.
Yeah,
Of course.
I haven't
Also-
finished yet. I need to get back to that, but other things.
That's all I'm saying is that the end is good.
The Gigamac fight is in the World of Twilight. It's like the last area you go to. So if you haven't gotten there, you
definitely
haven't
haven't
fought
done it. Yeah.
Yeah.
Are there vampires?
No, thank God.
Is there an
Actually,
angry
kind
spirit?
of.
Yes,
I
there
think that's
are.
where you fight Dracula. So kind of.
Oh, that makes sense actually. Yeah. Oh.
Yeah,
So you're not done with World of Light yet?
Oh, I finished it.
You finished it? Okay.
Yeah, and I got all 3 endings because I was eager to murder Galeem.
By the way, did you catch the bit of the name?
No.
Hmm.
Oh.
Yeah.
World of Light.
Yeah.
I only got the true ending on World of Light.
I got all 3. The light, then the dark, then the both the best ending.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I guess that's spoilers for the fact that there's 3 endings. I'm not going to tell you what happens, but yeah. But that's Smash for me. I've gotten kind of bored of it because it's not. I mean, I just play by myself, and I've just been cranking it classic mode, so it gets a little boring after a while.
Yeah,
Doing the same
last
thing
night
over
I
and over
just
again.
did a whole bunch of online matches with some friends.
The essence of Smash is to make a multiplayer game. We should set something up between us, shouldn't we?
Yeah,
At some
It
point,
would be nice.
when I finish and thus have all the characters and also buy online.
Yeah, I gotta get online too.
yeah, my particular character of choice I've been playing a lot is Zelda.
Oh, nice. All right, solid choice.
She's
I default
really
to
good in this game. What was that?
I default to Lucas myself.
Yeah, that's a good choice as well.
I'm still rocking Pac-Man.
Is there
Zelda
any
is-
reason you prefer Lucas over Ness?
The PK freeze attack, for one,
Yep.
and the more powerful PSI smash attacks instead of the yo-yo.
The up smash is so good
gotcha.
on Lucas.
Yep.
And like
And the rope snake, of course. I love grab attacks that have more range to them.
I'm actually kind of pissed they took away Link's hookshot.
They what?
Link's
For
regular
regular
Link does not have the hookshot anymore. He just grabs things.
yeah, but you know that you can, if you shoot an arrow and it misses, you can pick up the arrow and then shoot 2 arrows at once.
Oh,
Yeah,
I know you
that's,
could pick it up. I didn't realize you could shoot it again.
that's a
Yeah.
pretty sure. Does young Link have a hookshot?
Yes, he
Yes.
does.
Okay.
It's just older Link has become a lot more technical. So he doesn't have the hook shot, but he does have a lot of other things that make him more stand out than from the other Links.
Well, I mean,
Yeah.
with 3 Links in the game, that is pretty important. So you have to make.
Young Link is he's my boy. I played him a lot in Melee. So I just play a lot of the Zelda characters, typically.
Though, you know, I do sort of wish that they had been a little more creative with the final smashes for the returning characters. I mean, Pichu, clone of Pikachu's final smash. Young Link, clone of Toon Link.
Okay, but Pichu's scream when Pichu uses their final smash, it's amazing. It's just like it is a scream of absolute pain and terror as they use this final smash and deal damage to themselves doing it.
I mean, that's true for every one of Pichu's moves, so it makes sense.
It's amazing. It's so much more epic than Pikachu's.
Why am I in this?
It's a lot more. What's amazing is that they took a character that damages itself every time it uses its powerful attacks and made it actually pretty good.
Pichu's really good in this game.
Yep.
Apparently, I'm really good with Pikachu and Pichu. When I went through their classic mode, I got one of the highest scores I've gotten. So,
Yeah, and like in regards to final smashes, on the whole, all of them are, well, almost all of them are a lot better. I feel like Snake's could be. I wish I missed Snake's old one.
Of course.
But honestly, like Fox, Falco, Wolves, their final smashes are way better. And they're all each unique and distinctive. Ness, Lucas, they summon their actual characters from their games to help them
I
out.
do like.
Okay, so I'm glad we got to have this talk about Smash for 20 minutes. So,
Sorry.
Slicer, anything else?
moving on. I discovered just yesterday that Earth Defense Force 5 came out 2 weeks ago. There was a bit of a confusion where I couldn't fucking find it anywhere. Apparently it's digital only right now. I'm not sure if it's actually going to have a physical release, but the only place I could find it was the PlayStation Store. So, yeah, I got that yesterday, downloading it. I got enough so I can play the first level, so I've just been kind of farming stuff on the first level for a little while now.
Oh wait.
That was the end of it, if you want to jump in.
Well, I meant to say this last week. I think I meant to say it the week before. I just saw the poster posted for the new Sonic the Hedgehog movie. You know who's going to be playing Dr. Eggman?
Yeah, Jim Carrey.
Yeah.
Isn't this going to be great?
But
It's
Eggman
Casey's
is
wildest dreams.
Eggman is fat. Why? What?
Don't worry about it.
He's egg-shaped. That's why they call him Eggman.
Don't worry about it. It's just Jim Carrey. Don't worry about it.
But
Okay.
Jim Carrey's an active, animated kind of actor, and Eggman is not that kind of character.
After his fantastic performance in The Grinch, you know that Jim Carrey is the right choice for Dr. Eggman.
I actually haven't seen that movie. Did he do a bad job?
No,
No.
it's amazing.
It's
I
not.
actually like that movie.
It's not a great movie altogether. People acknowledge that, but Jim Carrey shines as the Grinch. People acknowledge that too.
Oh, well, fair enough. All right.
But his brand of particular weirdness may not work for Eggman, shall we say. But it depends.
I mean, Eggman is an over-the-top villain.
He is, but at the same time, like...
He's not the flamboyant arms flailing wildly and doing funny faces kind of.
And funny voices,
Yeah.
no.
You know, I saw a fan video the other day. It was just one of those... You know the secret thing on Palutena's Temple? I'm sorry for linking this back to Smash. I probably
Okay.
They had a... it was a YouTuber group named Zelda Universe, I believe. They had a series where they had someone imitating Hades' voice from Kid Icarus Uprising to give a different version of Palutena's guidance. And the way he responded to Sonic was, "Oh, look, it's the walking identity crisis." That's not inaccurate.
Yeah. Anyway.
Yeah, anyway.
Yeah, Slicer.
To briefly dip into boring adult shit, at my new job, I got different insurance, so I had to swap over my medical records from where I'd been going to the hospital in Iowa City, where I work. And I only pay like $10 per visit at all. So it's really good health insurance.
That's pretty good.
Yeah, it's pretty great. As long as I go to hospitals and stuff that they cover, which is a lot. Pretty much anything in that city. So that's pretty great. But there was a slight hiccup in transferring them. They couldn't fax them for some reason, so I had to go pick them up in person, and I'll go hand them over to my new doctor Friday or tomorrow when I go to the doctor. So
That's kind of weird.
Yeah, it's a little strange, but whatever. I get to look at my medical records, so that's pretty cool.
It's also
I'm curious
weird
what
that
it's
you
called.
have to fax them anyway and can't just email them, but that's really more of an all business kind of thing.
Yeah, it's a strange setup. Who all played Katamari Damacy growing up?
I think I played it once at like a friend's house or something. I don't know, but I never really owned it.
The first one I didn't. I played the one on 360 and then the one on PS3. So I played the later entries.
Cool. I'm not sure if it's a remake or sequel or what, but Katamari Reroll came out on the Switch.
It's a remaster.
remake of one.
Oh, it is.
Remaster
Okay, cool.
of one, yeah.
Well, that is fantastic. I'm gonna wait till I get paid in a few days to get that.
It came out the
The funds
same
will run
day
on
as
a little while.
Smash.
Yep.
It did. So that's why I couldn't buy it at the time.
I can tell you it's pretty good, if frustrating for the things it lacks that were added to later entries.
Oh, I see. That's fair.
Yeah. So,
Yeah,
still
that
a pretty
makes
good
sense.
game. Good for £15 or whatever it is in your country.
I believe it's $30.
Which
So.
would be about 20-something pounds. So, you got a markup. Ha.
Yeah, unfortunately.
Sorry. Is it
No,
pound
you're good.
sterling or
Sorry?
is it pound sterling or just pound?
Technically pounds sterling, but no one actually says sterling anymore.
Well,
That's-
I'm just making sure of that because according to this, 15 pounds is $18.96 for us. I
Yeah.
thought that we had an exchange rate of. I thought your pound was worth 2 of our dollars, roughly.
No. Nope. It's always been about... It fluctuates as all currencies do, but it's usually 2/3 is the difference. So £2 is about $3.
Oh, okay. That makes sense.
Fair enough.
Also, I've been dumpster diving on Netflix recently, as I often do sometimes. And I found the show 4400, or the 4400. I'm not sure if anyone's seen that, but it's quite good.
Oh, that was the one where they get abducted by aliens, come back, and they have superpowers, right?
Basically, the first 20 minutes or so of the first episode is people from the last century or so disappearing in balls of light, or tentacles of light, because tentacles have to be involved somehow. And then they all come back in a burst of light, and they have abilities. They eventually develop abilities. They don't have them for like all of season 1. Or most of them don't. And that's kind of a huge plot point in season 2, which is where I'm at right now. So that would definitely be my recommendation for the week. It's 4 seasons. Each season has 12 or 13 episodes. It's paced very well for someone who's going to be binging the series. Watch best in like 3 or 4 episode chunks.
You know, if we're not limited to fan fictions, I actually do have a recommendation this week, so that's nice.
Yeah, no, I kind of took recommendations to be whatever we happen to be doing.
Yeah,
so,
yeah.
Pretty much.
So, and I believe that brings my week to an end.
Sweet.
It only took me like 45 minutes.
Yeah, thanks, Zero. Talking about Smash and mother.
So we get to say best for last, right?
Of course.
Zero. Like me, yeah. Okay, so this Christmas came around and I got presents and I gave presents, and so I got Soul Calibur 6 as one of my presents.
Is that the one with the really, really good character creator?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay.
So I booted it up. I had because my parents got me the special edition, so I got the season pass, which is nice. And I used that. I got 2B in the game as DLC right away.
Oh, I didn't know she was in the game.
Yeah.
And
glory to mankind.
Me and my brother booted it up, and he picked his character Mitsurugi, and I picked 2B, and I proceeded to beat him 4-1. 4 matches, he won 1 against me. And then he proceeded to give up on the game and got really frustrated. But he made his own character. We played more, and then I beat him more, and then he got really upset, and we haven't played since.
Wow. Did you at least change characters to give him a fighting chance? Like after it became obvious.
2B was a character I had no experience with playing, prior to playing it, starting it up. So I wanted to get to know 2B's moveset a bit. So I kept playing 2B the entire time, and he didn't know how to deal with that. It's been pretty good though. Oh. It's just there was one round where he got perfected, and I think he was upset by that.
Oh,
yeah,
that's bad. That's pretty bad.
But yeah, so I got that. I haven't had much of a chance to play it because my brother is now back from college, so he's in the room that we use for the PlayStation. So I have to go into his room to play.
Yeah, that's
which
fair.
Doesn't afford much opportunities to do so. I also got Spyro Reignited trilogy.
Oh.
Haven't started that up yet, but looking forward to it.
Yep.
It is a fun game. All 3.
Mm-hmm.
It's the lukewarm woo. There is woo there.
I have the first 2 games on PlayStation 1, and I wanted to actually go and play them with a more adult mind. So
yeah, it's fun.
I also got Red Dead Redemption 2. I will be playing that for the first time soon, and I'll get to see why it won so many awards, I guess.
My understanding of that game so far, from everyone I've heard talking about it, is RP the shit out of it.
Yeah, I'm gonna do that.
Yeah, I don't have time for that shit anymore. It seems far too slow. All the animations and stuff, and the flavor stuff, it's too much.
Yeah.
It's not a video game, that's a interactive movie.
Other
At the
thing I
same
was
time,
told
though-
is if you're gonna play for half-hour stints, don't fucking bother. Just
And it's just at the same time, though, my grandpa is really into cowboys. So I think this would be a good thing for him to just watch and get to play as well.
Oh, absolutely. That sounds perfect for him.
So it's for both of us.
Yeah.
I also got Dark Souls remastered on the Switch. And
Really?
In case you couldn't tell, yeah.
Yeah.
Is it any good?
Yeah, it's good. It's fine. It's Dark Souls. You
Well,
know?
yeah, but I mean, there are such a thing as bad ports. I mean,
It's not a bad port, I'd say. Like, Dark Souls is an old game, and it runs just fine. There was like one or two bits where the frame rate dipped, but that was like one or two out of the multiple hours I played. I've heard Blighttown is much better, so we'll see about that. I'm just
it's
looking at Blighttown.
it's a pretty fucking low bar, so I hope they pass that. Like, the frame rate on what, Xbox was 7 or something?
Yeah, we will see. And so I've been playing Dark Souls on a GameCube controller. It is a strange experience.
That sounds
That
like a
sounded-
bad experience.
It
But,
is
you know,
plenty
it's a
fun.
GameCube controller, so doing anything with it is a bad experience.
I resent that.
Mm-hmm.
I love GameCube controllers. What's wrong with you?
Yeah, I don't understand what the.
Nintendo kids.
I'm not
That's
even a
somebody-
Nintendo kid. I was an Xbox kid. Like, wow. I guess my first system was the Nintendo, but still.
But as somebody who's used to the GameCube controller, I find I just do better on it in a lot of games than other controllers. That's just how my brain works.
That's fair.
So
I'm
I've
actually
been
going to
doing
be
pretty
getting a
good.
wired GameCube controller, so the input delay on Smash is not too bad. It's terrible. Like, if I notice it, it's bad.
I mean, you can just plug in the charger for the controller.
I
and it's
have
wired.
the.
I don't have a charging controller.
I got
That costs
myself
$30.
Oh.
like a special GameCube controller that's wireless and works with all other Switch games. The input delay is not that bad. Honestly, it's barely noticeable, if at all noticeable. But like, I also have a GameCube controller plugged in in the other room if I want to go with that. But yeah, also, played a bit of Smash. It is still good. Still having fun with that. Aside from that, I also got a jacket. I got 2 jackets. I was very happy about that because I needed jackets and it's cold outside. Underwear, socks, which are very nice and make me happy. And I also got a surprise present in like a Marvel encyclopedia of all the characters.
Oh, wow.
And it is humongous, and I don't know if I'll ever finish it in my life.
I mean, it's an encyclopedia. They tend to be more reference materials than...
It's more like there's pictures and there's bits on all the characters and paragraphs. Some characters have multiple pages. It's an encyclopedia, but not like it's fun kind of thing. Aside from that and those things, I got some Star Wars jammies, which are nice. And my brother got me a carrying bag for my Switch, like the dock and everything,
Oh, nice.
which is really nice of him. And I got some presents. I got my brother Mega Man 11 and Mega Man X Collection 1 and 2, because he got really into Mega Man while he was away at college. And I'm just like, here you go, enjoy. My dad, I got the DVD of Monty Python and the Holy Grail.
Sweet.
It's a
And
good
it has
gift.
a bunch of special features on it, and we love that movie, so we watched that. Got my mom this massage thing, which should help with her muscle pain. got my grandma this like metal pan type thing that helps you to thaw food much faster, which helps because she likes to cook. And my grandpa got a key finder so he can find his keys. And my sister got like a makeup thing.
Do you think that key finder is going to see some use? Because don't you
I will
keep
have
us
to help him
charged
set
and
it up
turn-
because he is very
Yeah.
confused.
Don't you have to have that app constantly open on your phone or something?
No, it's a different thing. It's you put the little key thing on your keychain, and then you hit the button. And it will make a sound, I believe.
Oh, okay.
So it's simple and should work. At least I'm hoping. But yeah, very nice Christmas. You know, my mom made Christmas tree brownies, which I helped decorate, and they're delicious, and they're shaped like Christmas trees with frosting on top. That's green with like M&Ms for the ornaments.
Well, that sounds pretty delightful, actually.
Good tradition right there. Aside from all of that, I did see some movies lately. I saw Aquaman.
How is it?
I was actually happy with it. I came in with low expectations, and while I won't say it's like a fantastic movie or anything, it was good. I enjoyed it. There was a part where I was genuinely happy, and I was like, this is something that Justice League tried to do when I wasn't happy, but now I see the thing and now I'm happy. Overall, I really like the approach they did with it. It's surprisingly funny. It's Aquaman. They have fun with it, and that's nice. It felt a little bit more like a Marvel movie in terms of just overall kind of quality, I guess, as opposed to, say, Man of Steel. Because Man of Steel and Batman v Superman, I walked away angry. I walked away with a smile on my face from this one. It was pretty nice.
I'm curious if it was their pride that kept them from mimicking Marvel in their writing style, or if they just wanted to try doing their own thing and it didn't quite work out.
I think it was Zack Snyder, but I wouldn't say this is like Marvel movie-esque per se, but it has more humor in it to actually balance out any dark stuff. And I actually ended up liking Aquaman as a character, which, yay.
And it's Jason Momoa, so that's pretty easy.
Yeah. There's some problems with the movie, obviously. I felt like some of the acting was just not good. Some of the lines and the way they were delivered could have been changed, but overall, I was happy with it. Aside from that, did I tell you guys I saw Once Upon a Deadpool?
I think you said you were going to see it.
Yeah, I saw it. And
what is that?
Okay, so it's Deadpool 2, but with added scenes.
It's PG-13 Deadpool 2.
Oh, God.
And they did some stuff to it to make it an actual film instead of just chopped up garbage.
They added scenes to it and changed other scenes. And basically, it starts with Deadpool kidnapping the actor who played the kid in The Princess Bride, who got the story told to him, but now he's grown up, and now he's duct taped to his bed as Deadpool proceeds to tell him the story. And they have...
I want to see this now. That sounds incredible.
and they have fun interactions throughout the movie as they cut back to say the thing. What, it's a kissing scene? That type of thing.
Would you say it's worth it to watch it by itself, or is it like if you've just seen Deadpool 2, is there enough there to enjoy it as its own movie, or
I would say if you've seen Deadpool 2 and you want to watch Deadpool 2 again, but different, then just go for it.
Oh yeah, that is my exact situation, so that's perfect.
We went on a like the cheap movie night where it was like half off on the tickets and everything. And yeah, that was a good movie for that type of scenario. But yeah, I enjoyed that. And now I am currently trying to deal with the large amount of chocolate that I was given for Christmas.
I missed
By
chocolate.
that I mean I ate most of it on the first day because I am a pig. But I still have more, and I will find it, and I will eat it.
Thanks, Liam Neeson.
Yeah, I already talked about Smash. So yeah, that's me.
Okay.
I think if someone says the word smash again, Casey's going to kick him from the call. So we should maybe not do that.
Yeah. So, as I said, leaving the best for last, which is me. So, Christmas food was good. Mentioned it. Gifts were weird this year. So my sister asked me not to get her anything and just donate to a charitable cause because they're going through some shit and couldn't do it themselves this year. So I did that. Donated I think it was £30 to Shelter, which is like a homeless people charity, helping them get legal representation and stuff so they can get back on their feet.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah. And my mom wanted a case for a tablet because her old one's broken, which I got her. And my stepdad wanted an iTunes voucher, which makes life very easy. Grandparents wanted a duvet, which was easy. And then there were my stepsisters, which was yeah, some weird stuff happened with getting them gifts. I found these nice little pendant things. There was like a wishbone pendant in rose gold. I'm like, okay, I'll get 3 of those and give them one each because I tend to give them gifts that are themed around them being sisters. So either something the same or something very similar to each other.
That makes sense. Keeps drama down.
Yeah. They only sent me one. So, I had to scramble to try and get alternative gifts. So now I just kind of have one of those wishbone pendants that's just sitting in my flat for no reason, while I got them replacement ones, which was little birdie pendant instead, which was pretty nice.
Did you get charged for 3 of them? Because I feel like that's something you should really look into.
No.
Oh, okay. That's good then.
They were apparently running out of stock, so they changed my order of 3 of them into an order of 1 of them, and sent me the 1.
Oh.
Which is probably not how that's supposed to work, but...
No, it is not.
Yeah, it was a little late to try and argue with them about it, so whatever. And in turn, I received for Christmas, I got a robe that I asked for, which was very nice, because I needed a new one, because my old one's kind of frayed and gross.
Yeah.
What else did I get? Chocolates, money in a card, and a poster that's like one of those where it's like a checklist thing, you know, it's like 100 like famous and well-known films, and you check them off, and it's like a scratch off of all the different films on there. Which,
oh, okay, that's pretty cool.
Oh, nice.
yeah, it's a pretty cool gift. It was from my sister, and that's pretty much it, which is kind of interesting because I didn't get anything back from my stepsisters. So, okay, that's fine.
Well, you mentioned, is it just your full sister that was having the drama or whatever was happening, or are they going through stuff?
That was my blood sister, yes, that was going through some stuff. But it's fine, whatever. I'm not gonna like Well, okay, I vented a little bit on the podcast apparently, but that was apparently needed, and now I'm not gonna mention it to anyone ever again because who cares? Maybe they are dealing with something I don't know about it because I don't actually spend that much time with them. But whatever. So, aside from Christmas stuff, I finally got back to actually playing the Kingdom and the Hearts. And the Hearts of the Kingdoms, and the Disneys, and the Soras, and the
Which one you on?
Squares. I finished Birth by Sleep, and by finished, I mean finished. I did a critical run of all 3 characters, and then the final episode, and then the secret episode that comes after the final episode, because that makes sense. So that was fun, playing through on critical, because it's very challenging, and basically by the end of the game, you're getting one hit by everything. So that secret episode was frantic, is what I'll call it. It was basically, okay, hundreds of enemies are surrounding me, and if I get hit by one of them, I'm about to die. So, okay, area attack, dodge, until it recharges. Okay, area attack, dodge.
How is that fun? That doesn't sound fun in the slightest.
Because it was terrifying.
I guess.
Yeah.
Sure.
It was tense because it was like I was at the end of the game, and it wasn't like there was anywhere in particular I could go to grind. So it was like I do this, or I have to go back quite a ways, as in previous playthroughs a ways, and that was not a thing I wanted to do at that point.
Yeah.
But yeah, Aqua, you're kind of a drippy bint, aren't you? You're not a smart person. Yeah.
For someone who has no idea who that character is, basically, sure, all right.
I never got to play Birth by Sleep, but I've heard about Aqua, and I did a read through of the synopsis.
Okay, I'm going to very, very vaguely spoil this game that came out about 10 years ago.
Go for it.
Basically, she saves the villain of the entire series.
Oh.
For no reason.
Oh, yeah.
Because plot armor and she has to, or because it actually fit her character?
The villain is possessing someone she cares about. So that's not actually a really good justification, because both of them are actually fine where they end up being trapped, except she saves him from it so he can go back into the real world and fuck everything up forever.
Thanks, Aqua.
Yeah, she's not a particularly smart person. That was a really bad decision that screwed everything up forever. So, I like her character. It's a weird thing with voice acting in Kingdom Hearts games, because everyone is so one note, weirdly enough. Everyone seems to talk in this voice, where they just kind of talk in this very particular tone and don't seem to actually vary from it that much if they don't have to. And if they have to, they will talk in this tone that is slightly different, but not really that different. And that's the voice acting of most of the characters in Kingdom Hearts. And she's kind of like that, but it's intentional with her, which is hard to pick up on. I played Terra's and Ventus's stories first, which are the other 2 characters. It's you play one, then you play another, then you play another. I played theirs first, so I got Aqua's voice acting in little fits and starts, so I was like, oh, great, it's another one of these characters that can't voice act. And then I played as hers, and I realized, oh, that's entirely deliberate. She's not a one-note voice. She's demure. She's very reserved with how she speaks. It's entirely intentional, which I was surprised and kind of impressed by, which I probably shouldn't have been. It's a good voice acting performance. Not an amazing one, but good for Kingdom Hearts is mind-blowing.
Yeah.
So it's weird. It's a weird scenario. But yeah, I finished that one.
Okay.
Sorry, what
what
were
do
you
you
saying?
move on to now?
I watched Recoded.
Oh, Recoded. That was the phone game one, right?
No, that the phone game was Union Cross, I think.
Okay.
Recoded, I don't know what it was on, but it was basically, hey, we have the journal from Kingdom Hearts 1 that got wiped clean by Chain of Memories, because Chain of Memories is the central story beat of this entire fucking series for some reason.
Okay, so Recoded is a remake of the phone game Coded, which was on a mobile phone. Yeah,
Okay.
That's what I was thinking of.
Right, alright. So, yeah, that journal that got wiped clean suddenly has a message in it. Okay, we need to invent a device that lets us go into the data of this journal, Digital Devil Saga style, so we can figure out where this message came from and also rebuild it so it has all the data from Kingdom Hearts 1 back in it. Which means we're going through Kingdom Hearts 1 again, everybody! Third time's the charm! Yay!
Minus Tarzan, of course.
Minus Tarzan. And minus Little Mermaid and Halloween Town. And Monstro. But yeah,
So like a third of the game? Like what?
basically. Yeah. One of them's for rights reasons, the other ones are for nothing important actually happened reasons. So yeah, go through all of that again, so you can rebuild the journal from the first game because that's important for some reason. And then that basically ends, and the journal is mostly reconstructed. But oh wait, there was a bit more information in that journal from Chain of Memories. So, let's do Chain of Memories again, everybody! Second turn. They repeat the game that repeated the game that they're repeating in this game.
Wow.
Casey, you do realize that's why they made it a collection of cutscenes instead of...
Funnily enough, it doesn't make it better just to watch it. So, you know, that's a whole thing that I really didn't need. And it turns out the entire plot impact on the plot of the series as a whole is, hey, Sora has a bunch of memories from other characters that it's pretty much implied to be Ventus. And yet somehow he doesn't realize, oh hey, my nobody looks a hell of a lot like that other dude.
Nobody's ever called Sora smart.
I guess that's fair. But yeah,
He's
that's
canonically dumb.
that's pretty much the whole reason for the plot.
Yeah.
It's I could have read a sentence of Sora gets the memories of Ventus, and that would have been enough, and it would have saved me 3 hours. 3 fucking hours of nothing at all.
Was it even a fun game?
It's not a game. It's a movie. They cut out the game part and just make it a string of cutscenes.
Oh.
Boring cutscenes. Ah. So that's done with, and I don't have to think about it anymore.
Okay.
Except every time you think of this episode.
Sorry?
Except any time anyone ever mentions Kingdom Hearts again.
Well, you know, I never actually played or messed around with Recoded. I just was like, I'm just going to read the summary on this. I have no interest in this.
Yeah.
And for me, it was like, the last Kingdom Hearts game I played was Dream Drop Distance, which
funny thing. I started Dream Drop Distance, and pretty much the first thing that Yensid says in that is, yeah, we need to bring back the hearts of 3 very important people. That one of them is missing but is probably coming back soon, and one of them, his heart appears to be missing, but I'm sure it's closer than we realize. And Sora, for some reason, doesn't go, oh, you mean that Ventus guy? The guy that you've got there? That looks exactly like my nobody? I feel like I know where his heart is.
But one thing I did like about Dream Drop Distance was, story foibles aside, I felt like the gameplay of that was just the best out of the ones I played.
It looks interesting, I'm not gonna lie. Like, the spirit thing seems cute. They took some cues from fucking Yokai Watch and Pokemon, clearly, but it looks interesting.
And just the overall, like, flow of the movement and everything, it's just genuinely fun to play.
That's a little hinky, in my opinion. It's not quite as... Like, very many times I end up just rolling around the fucking lampposts they want you to grab onto. It's not...
Get good.
Shut up. Though I will say, I have had a story... I'm going to run this by Patient, because Patient will fucking know.
Yeah.
I've had a story idea that's been rolling around in my head that was like, someone has to have done this before, right? Someone has to. I'm going to look into the archives and check the tags and everything. Someone has to have done this. And the idea is basically, after Ventus gets busted by Vanitas, or Vanitas, as I would prefer to call him, because it sounds stupid saying Vanitas. Clearly, like, Latinized, but whatever. After that whole thing happens, and his heart, soul is more accurate, but heart, goes back to Sora and becomes the nobody.
Mm-hmm.
What if he basically accidentally pulls a Xehanort and takes it over instead? So Sora would basically be replaced by Ventus.
I haven't seen that before, but the Kingdom Hearts fanfiction database is not a particular treasure trove of quality. The last
a lot of self-inserts, yes.
No,
I'm gonna crash that up and say it's a lot of high school shit and a lot of dudes fucking each other. If it's a good idea, it hasn't been done.
Yeah. Pretty much. He's not wrong.
Because, like, throughout Birth by Sleep and Ventus's path through that, I saw him meeting all of these characters that we see again in Kingdom Hearts 1. And I'm just like, oh, the scenes I could write if I just had Ventus in that scene instead.
That's
the dramatic payoff.
That's a lot of potential, and there's a lot of, like, various things you could do to try to alter the course of the story even. So I would say go for it, honestly. It sounds like a lot of fun.
Agreed.
I have so many stories, oh my god. So many. Oh.
It's you're brilliant.
Sorry?
It's not your fault that you're brilliant.
Oh, stop. You're my favorite.
Hey, your nose is looking pretty brown today.
Okay. That's pretty much my week. That's what I've been doing, more or less, is playing that while listening to Giant Bomb's Game of the Year deliberations, which are long.
Oh, cool.
Like 4 hours long of them talking about all of the games of the year, so they get proper respect and shout-outs, even if they aren't going to win.
That's really fantastic, actually.
Yeah.
It's nice to see games getting, credit, even if they've happened earlier in the year or maybe even weren't Game of the Year material.
I keep forgetting that God of War came out this year.
It did.
Yeah, that one's probably going to sweep.
Yeah.
It's a damn good game.
For Giant Bomb, you might be surprised.
They're not fans of it?
most of them are mostly fans of it. One of them has decided it's misogynistic, which is going to be fun.
What?
To listen to the deliberations on. Yeah.
It,
Apparently, Faye dying before the story starts is fridging a female character. Somehow.
but
Okay, then.
it's not though. It's
Yeah.
like there's fridging, which is just like this character was just introduced to die to motivate the character, and then there's like this entire story is about a strange family coming together, and
Yeah. I can understand where the knee-jerk reaction might come from, but any kind of examination of it would reveal that's not the case, and I feel like that's the sort of examination professional
It
game
would be
critics
very
should
different
probably be
if-
doing.
it would be very
Is-
different if she had a character model and was killed in the game.
Is the person who has this opinion the kind of person who would actually listen to her co-stars about? Like, are they open to changing their mind, or are they dead set on it and they're just going to hate the game forever?
From what I've seen, mostly they have opinions that they hold on to, and on you sometimes. I'm not going to blanket statement, hey, they never listen to anyone, but more often than not, they will dig their heels in more than actually listen.
Oh,
It is unfortunate,
that's-
but
it is.
Yeah, like the whole idea of fridging a female character, it's very different if that female character exists in the first scene and then is just killed to motivate the character in the next scene, as opposed to
A game-wide event? Yeah.
yes, like the entire plot of the game is dealing with what happens without her and these two family members coming together, which is
Yeah.
a very
it
different type of game.
fridging is about how a character reacts to. It makes it all about the male character that is responding to the female character being killed. Usually being killed. I'm not going to say it doesn't happen when the female character just dies, which I don't know. That's a bit of a gray area. But it's all about the male character. Whereas in God of War, it's more. She is such a central character that she guides the entire plot from start to finish. And I mean that in a very literal way.
Yes. And it's funny because in Once Upon a Deadpool, they actually call out the fridging that happens. Oh.
Yeah. When it does happen, it's shit, but just knee-jerk calling things fridging is not great either. It doesn't help.
Yeah, it's very easy to apply that term to something when you look at it at the surface level.
Mm. Oh well. I'll see how it goes. Like, they're still just talking through all of the things that happened in the year, not even gotten to actually giving awards out yet, so we'll see how it goes. I expect they're going to give Game of the Year to Red Dead Redemption 2. They spend like half an hour gushing about it and not really saying anything negative, so. That's pretty much my week, though. I'm wondering whether I actually found anything worth reading. I've got like 8 tabs of things that I'm reading, but nothing recommendation worthy. So
I have
stuck
one
there.
last thing to say regarding my Christmas that I forgot to mention earlier.
Cool.
So, my parents bought me Red Dead Redemption 2, but they bought me the special edition, which comes with a collapsible shot glass.
Okay.
So,
Huh.
I opened a present, and it's a box, and I open it up, and I didn't get... This is before I even got the game. Inside is a collapsible shot glass. Red Dead Redemption 2 branded. And I'm like, what? Why did you get me, Mom and Dad? What is this? And my grandma was like, "You got him a collapsible shot glass." And it was just hilarious.
That's pretty funny that you would find that first and think, "Oh, they got me the glass and not the game."
Yeah, I was like, "What happened?"
I mean, also for a person who doesn't drink, which is
Yes, I don't
Interesting.
drink, so I'm like, what am I gonna do with this?
shots of apple juice, slugging it back.
I love apple juice.
It's pretty good.
So do I.
As juices go. Mango is really good though.
I've never tried that.
Mango is really good as a juice. It's very thick.
It is.
All right,
It is
so-
fantastic.
Recommendations?
Recommendations. I got nothing on foot. I will recommend Birth by Sleep. If you haven't played it, it is basically Kingdom Hearts 0, as in an actual entry in the series that you should probably actually play.
Yeah.
Not just as, hey, it's a side game. No, it's an actual entry in the series.
I've been reading some fics currently. I don't have one that I would like to recommend yet because I'm not so sure on it because it seems to be because the one I'm reading it's My Hero Academia and JoJo crossover,
JoJo.
and it's using JoJo Part 7.
Oh.
So we will see how that goes. Because I kind of wish it was JoJo Part 2.
Isn't that the first one that's in like the Elseworld thing?
Part 7 is in an alternate universe.
Yeah. It's like the
But
race
it-
one, the race across America or something.
Yeah, the race.
Yeah.
That one gets real silly. There's a person with a stand that turns people into dinosaurs.
One might even say it's bizarre.
Mhm.
So I don't have a rec in terms of that, but I have been reading a lot of manga and watching some anime. So I don't know if any of you have been watching. I don't know if I mentioned this. Rascal does not dream of Bunny Girl Senpai.
Oh, I've
No.
heard good things about that.
Basically, it is there's this sort of like adolescent syndrome that happens where various characters will experience supernatural things.
Hey.
Like, for example,
Chuni style syndrome, perhaps.
but it's used in a kind of a greater story context of this is how this character is going through this particular part of their life, and this power is just kind of exaggerating that. Like, for example, the whole Bunny Girl Senpai, the senpai at this character's school is invisible to basically everyone except for like him, and so she's running around in like a bunny girl and nobody's paying attention to her.
Wasn't she an idol that wanted to
Yes.
retire, or at least
She
retire
is
for
an
a little
idol
while?
that went on a hiatus and has seemingly retired, and now she's vanishing from the public eye, and people are being unable to see her. And the way this particular event is treated and done, I really loved it. And the other girls and characters that go through these syndromes all have interesting stories to tell, and I actually really like it, and I would recommend that wholeheartedly.
And if that character doesn't appeal to you, I believe the next one is some girl being bullied, and the words of her bullies are actually causing her physical damage.
The character's younger sister was bullied, and her syndrome manifested as cuts appearing on her skin and injuries.
That's... Why would that appeal to me, Slicer?
Well, because it's an interesting take on... I don't know, it's just an interesting take on things.
Okay.
It's a show that goes in depth on social stuff.
Yeah, the problems that people face are exacerbated and exaggerated by the supernatural elements of it to
Yeah.
help kind of make it more digestible, I guess. But,
I feel like that
yeah.
typing might have been patient adding an anime to the list. Maybe.
But Yeah, aside from that, I don't have any real recommendations at the time. That there are lots of manga I'm always reading, but still.
Just as I said earlier, just the 4400 on Netflix. That's my recommendation.
Alrighty.
Oh, if you're gonna watch it, keep in mind I don't think the budget was very high for the show, so any CGI is hilariously standoutish. It's not bad. It's very blatant.
Liza, the series came out in like the early 2000s.
Fair enough.
Yeah.
Didn't realize how old it was.
Yeah, it's pretty dated.
I also got a fun manga. Mairimashita Iruma-Kun. Basically, kid gets sold by his parents to a demon, and demon is like, "You're not my grandson." Oh boy, I always wanted a grandson. All the other demons bragging about their grandsons, and now I have a grandson. And he gets sent to a demon school, but he's perfectly human, and it's hilarious and it's fun. Just a fun little, like, you know, it's not like spectacular in terms of like, oh, this will change your life, but it's fun.
Okay.
A nice little entertaining time killer.
Yeah.
All right. Anything else before we close this out? It's December still, so no Patreon things yet.
I did want to make one recommendation myself. It's an older show, but I've gotten around to watching it, and if you didn't catch it while it was still airing, I'd recommend watching it now. It's a good show. Anyone here familiar with Monk?
Only seeing like commercials and stuff. Like I didn't actually watch it.
Well, yes, Casey?
I was going to say I didn't watch it. I only know it from impressions of its theme song done by, what was his name? Fuck. He did the soundtrack for James and the Giant Peach.
No, not Tim Burton. He did the animation.
Oh. It's really gonna bug me. All right, feel free to talk about it. I'll just fucking look it up.
Music, Randy Newman.
Randy Newman, thank you. Randy Newman, that was it. He's kind of a hack. He doesn't make good music.
As you say, it's a pretty simple guitar piece. I don't think there's anything to hate about it.
He just makes kind of twee bits of nothing, is my complaint about his music.
As you say. Anyway, it's a crime series centering around a man, Adrian Monk. He's a brilliant man with an eidetic memory. Did I pronounce that right?
Eidetic, yeah.
And hyper-observational skills. But he's also schizophrenic, OCD, phobia, germs, heights, and milk. His condition was under control past the point where he was an active police officer, but after his wife was murdered, a crime still unsolved, he ended up worse than before. The series follows as he acts as a private detective to solve crimes, constantly accompanied by his nurse Sharon, who sees herself as Lois Lane man, loving and hating her job and her in equal parts. I've only watched the first few episodes thus far, but it was recommended to me based on my interest in psych and CIS. My sister-in-law, so I gave it a try thus far.
That show was on for a very long time, if I remember right. So I would say that probably means it's pretty good.
8 seasons, I believe, 2002 to 2009.
Well, I mean, crime procedurals tend to run for a long time anyway, but yes, 8 seasons is still quite a long time.
It's a nice, healthy length, and Psych went for the same length. It wrapped up quite well. I say that. I haven't seen all the episodes of Psych, but I love what I've seen. So yeah, I recommend Monk. If you've got Amazon Prime, it's free to watch all of it, I believe.
Alrighty. So, I guess that's everything?
Yep.
One last thing. I just remembered this. Okay. So, I read another manga. Shishunki, Renaissance David-Kun.
Oh, right, yeah.
David is a typical Japanese high school student who looks exactly like Michelangelo's David statue.
What?
This entire manga is just references to art. It's amazing. There are characters. There's a character that's just the Mona Lisa, and why do you look like the Mona Lisa right now? Tense. She needs to relax her face, and it's just, yeah. So many panels in this are just, yeah. No, this is just this art piece from this era and from this painter, and it's just, yeah, it's amazing if you like art or have any interest in it.
Okay.
All right then.
It's really weird.
Okay. Anything else?
Nope.
I'm good.
We're good.
I'm over. Yeah.
Let me close out the show, motherfuckers. All right. So, I'd like to thank everyone for listening to the Fandom Flux podcast episode. If you'd like to get in contact with I've already forgotten the number. If you'd like to get in contact with us, you can do so through the YouTube channel, through the comments, through our public Discord that is linked in the description. Like, comment, subscribe, yada 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 yada. Please donate on Patreon if you feel so inclined. We would appreciate it. It helps out and stuff. Money is important for living and entertaining people. Once again, thanks everybody for listening to the Fandom Flux podcast. Bye everybody.
Bye.
See you guys.
Until next time.